Okay, good morning. I'm Dr. Tates. Welcome here. This is financial accounting. Welcome if you're online. I know a lot of you in the room are online. I was walking around looking at it. I will tell you right now that Brian is going to boot you out of the chat room if you don't have a first and last name. Okay? So you're going to have to sign back, leave it go today. Okay, but after today, if you're logged in to the chat room, you have to have a first and last name, preferably your own first and last name. Anyways, so what we're going to do today, class is pretty informal, except when I'm talking, I do ask that you don't talk. I can't wear a traditional microphone in here because I'm actually broadcasting and capturing through an iPod, and a traditional microphone would mess things up. So I don't have any way to amplify my voice in here. So I do ask that you don't talk when I'm talking, and do mute your devices. If you have an Android device, you will not be able to mute it fully, and you can just stick headphones in it or earbuds in it. I know. And if you have a pair of earbuds, sometimes you can plug those in. Good? Yeah, great, great. Okay, and know that absolutely everything you've done like that, I have done at least once too. So it's okay. So if all of a sudden you have noise, we'll just wait and we can help you mute. But if you have an Android device, as far as I know, they haven't fixed it that you have to plug headphones in to totally mute the sound. The i devices you can mute. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about how the class works. And if you're online and not in the room, you have Brian. At the front of the room, by the way, everyone that's in the room, this is Brian who's in the room. Okay, I heard feedback. So, there we go. Okay, so that's me in warmer days. And my slides are going a little slow today. Am I on the same slide over there? So I'll just have to wait. So Brian is in front of the room, and Brian is my graduate assistant. He'll be here in class every day with us, and he will be running the chat room. So if you're online, Brian is your lifeline. He can answer any questions you have. If you're in the classroom and you prefer to ask Brian a question than me, go ahead and ask him. I try not to read the chat room during class because what happens is I'll start reading and you'll hear me trail off and I'll quit talking. So I have to focus and not read the chat room. So Brian's taking care of that. When you log into Blackboard, when we log in to Collaborate, either in here or online, we do ask that you use your first and last name. Now, my slides are a little lagging, so I'm just going to talk as they pop up. I have office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the day of our class, from 8 to 9, so before this class, and from 12:30 to 2. I have a class immediately following this one. I'm in this room, so if you need to talk to me, I'm also available immediately following class until I start the next class at 11, so we've got that sandwich of time in there too. So basically I'm in this room from 9 a.m. until 12:15. You're welcome to come to either class after 2 weeks. The reason I say 2 weeks is the first 2 weeks people are coming and then they start looking at Collaborate and saying, well, gee, I can attend from home or from wherever, so there become more seats. So for right now, if you're registered in Section 1, you would attend in person here or online. If you're registered in Section 5, I believe, you attend online, and you're welcome to come to class after the first 2 weeks if you're registered for an online section. We have 2 sections. We have one at 9:15 and one at 11, and they are both absolutely the same. When you look at recordings of class, either one will be the same. Some days we have 1 recording up, some days we have 2. So just whichever one is there, they will be the same. You probably don't need the URL if you're in the chat room. See, I said I don't read the chat window. Oh, in the phone. Okay. Okay. See, I shouldn't read that because I'm reading out of context. Okay. You do it. Okay. So I have office hours, and now we'll wait for the slide to change. Did it change down there, Brian? Okay. So we'll just wait for it. So just what? Okay, syllabus. I don't pass out paper because typically I have too many or they get left behind. And so the syllabus is on Blackboard. So bookmark it, download it, do whatever you want. It will always be available on Blackboard. Also, here is the URL for it. Everything's on the syllabus. Brian's putting it in the chat window as well. So if you just click on that in the chat window, that'll bring up the syllabus. It's a PDF document. So we're going to talk about the syllabus today, but I don't pass out the syllabus per se because everything is on Blackboard and it will be there, and you can also get to it from this URL. Okay, so tiny.cc/syllabus-spring14-FA for financial accounting. Okay, so there's the syllabus. Yes, and that's a good point, Brian. See, I'm reading the chat window. When you see these links in my slides, you can't click on them. I leave them go so you know that they're a link, but you would have to type them in because Collaborate isn't at the point where we can show a slide and have it clickable. But if you want to take notes and Collaborate, sorry, okay, I'm done reading. Never mind. I'll answer that one. You can do it through the menu. I've never had a student do it, but you can do File, and there's a Notes feature if you're on your computer. I've never used it. I can't vouch for it. I would say if you want a copy of the slide, if you're on a mobile device or on your computer, I would say take a screenshot. And then I've had students, I myself use the app. It's a free app, Evernote. And if you're in Evernote, you can take notes and take screenshots within Evernote. So that might be a way. Okay, ways to get information about this class. I'm done reading, really. Okay, ways to get information about the class. Okay. Yeah. Well, we're going to be through pictures fairly soon. Okay, ways to get information about the class. Everything is on Blackboard Learn in terms of a central repository. Also, Blackboard has a mobile app that I do a lot of generic announcements through Blackboard, so they'll come as an email. They'll also come as mobile notifications through the mobile app. So that's Blackboard Mobile, which is different from Blackboard Collaborate, and then email. And so those are the ways that you can get information about the class. Blackboard's like our landing page or our homeroom. Okay, technical support. Okay, general Blackboard support. If you need help getting into Blackboard or something with Blackboard, that's the University Help Desk. If you want help with Collaborate, so you need help getting into it, it won't work. I put a URL on Blackboard. I put a tiny one up there so it fits. You can go to tiny.cc/collaborate-help or the link in Blackboard. They do have a live chat room available in Collaborate. I will tell you on Sunday when I was doing those demo sessions, one of my MacBooks, I couldn't get it on Collaborate. So I went ahead and called the phone number for Collaborate, and it was worked really well. I was on hold for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, which isn't too bad. And then they were able to talk me through what I needed to do. So do not hesitate to contact them. If you need help opening up Collaborate, you're going to have to contact Collaborate. I can't troubleshoot every computer, and they're much more focused, and they will tell you what you need to do. So there is a chat room there, and there is a phone number to call. My Accounting Lab help. If you need My Accounting Lab help, You can feel free to contact me, but chances are I'm going to tell you to contact their chat room. Again, if I keep reinforcing this chat room with My Accounting Lab is so much better than using email. If you use email, it'll be put in a queue and they'll get to you whenever. If you go to their chat room, which is available 24/7, that's okay. I'm afraid to talk. Oh, good. Okay. So if you go there in the chat room, they will help you right then. So the chat room for My Accounting Lab, you're trying to register. For My Accounting Lab and you're having difficulty. That chat room, they can help you. So we're in wait mode again, right? Yeah. Well, normally my slides don't have as many pictures in as we have today. Okay, so in terms of attending class, now after the first week, all these apply, first week or two. Today I'm looking and we have some empty seats, so I think we're good at this class at this time. So after this first week or starting basically any day, you can always attend in person. The one I'm nervous about using up all the seats in is the 11 a.m. class. So after the first, give it 2 weeks till you start attending that one, unless you're registered for that one. So you can always attend class in person. We will be here at 9:15, starting at 9:15, starting at 11. Probably not a good idea to come in real late. If you're late, go to the lab and watch the class on the computer. Also, if you're late, it's not a good time to come down and walk in front of me to sit down, because that's really disconcerting to me. So if you're late, sit in the back or go to the computer lab and watch it on the computer there. Okay, so you can attend class at 9:15 or 11. It doesn't matter. Both classes are the same. You can always attend live online during regular classroom. So you can go to Collaborate through Blackboard, or you can go to the URL. If you attend on a mobile device, you don't have the video. If you attend on a computer, there's a little video feed just to kind of show you what's going on in class. And he can switch camera angles. Yes, okay. And the third way doesn't really count as a way to attend class, but it's there. Every class is recorded, and it will be archived on Blackboard. To view the recordings, you would go into Collaborate on Blackboard, and then click on the Recordings tab. It's kind of hard to see, but also within 24 hours, usually that same day, the class recording goes up on YouTube. And those are ways you can, if you don't get something in class, if we go pretty fast, if you need to go back to refer to something, the recordings are there. Know that if you watch it later, that's not going to count for pop quizzes. We have pop quizzes in this class. You're expected to be in class in some way, either online or in person. It doesn't matter, but you're expected to be either at 9:15 or 11 o'clock. So never coming to class, never being online live, you're going to miss all the pop quizzes. So there are pop quizzes. You can take a pop quiz here in person. You can do a pop quiz online. When we have one, we'll tell you what to do. It works very well, but you do need to do that. So if you choose not to come to class, you could miss a pop quiz. That's your choice, but attendance is required. We're assuming you're here. Okay, yes, a picture. Okay, and this is a picture of snow, obviously. So I wanted to point out that I live, on a good day, I live about 45 minutes away from campus, and Brian also lives a good distance from campus, different direction. And if the weather's bad, so it doesn't matter if Kent State closes or not, but if it's bad weather, I will make that decision pretty early in the morning. I would suspect I'll make that decision by 6 a.m. We might have class online only. I won't come in if the weather's bad. We will do class online only So Brian will be at his house, I'll be at my house. You can jump online and we will have class just like normal. And it's pretty cool to have that option. Know that even if I don't make that decision, you are free to always do that. So if you don't have a car available for whatever reason, or the weather's inclement, or you're not feeling good or whatever, go ahead and attend online. That's why I would urge you to try this, make sure you can do it, make sure it all works, so then you're set when this does happen. But if if we've got a couple inches of snow or something like that, it doesn't even have to be that bad. I've never done a snow day before for myself, just making this, but I keep saying every semester, I'm going to do this if weather's bad. So just know that we might have class online only. If the university does close, by the way, for bad weather, we will still have class. So we will be online. The reason we do that is because if we have a snow day, that just means we have to cover twice as much material the next class, and no one wants to put the class on fast forward. So we will still have class. Know that if it's a snow day, there will be no pop quiz that day, but we will still have class. Okay? Yes, so there's my snow day announcement. Okay, now, here's a picture of Blackboard. Those of you that are online through Blackboard, this is kind of redundant. But I wanted to point out a couple things. First of all, to register for My Accounting Lab, which we're going to talk about in a minute, there's 17 days of free access available, so you don't need to wait for funds to buy the book. You can register for My Accounting Lab and get going. To go into Collaborate, there's a link on the left. This is on a computer, you would do that, or you could use the URL if you're on a mobile device. Taking a pause here while I wait. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I've just blown up the middle part so I could talk about what this was a couple days ago. I've added a few things since then. But in Blackboard, the first item on there is the syllabus. The second item down is the textbook and My Accounting Lab registration instructions, including the course ID. My Accounting Lab's linked there. First day handout. I don't have a first day handout, so that will go away. I must have thought I had, but I don't. Okay, and then the two links for class for mobile devices. Yeah, that's good. Quiet already. Okay, and again, Collaborate's right there, and I guess this is for the benefit of those who sitting in class to know how to do this. I cannot urge you enough to try this online, to be prepared to attend online, because weather will be bad at some point. You will have some reason someday where you'll need to attend online, and it's good to know how to do that beforehand. Another picture? There we go. Okay, when you click on Collaborate, there's two class sessions listed. They could be in reverse order or the order of time. You click on the time that you want to attend, and this one's for attending live. I can't point to it, but above on the screen under the box that says Create Session, oh, Brian can go up a little bit, Brian, up to the Recordings tab. That's what you would click to show the recordings of class to date. If you click on the recordings, you will get, when you watch the recordings this way, you get the chat window and you get the little video feed. If you watch them on YouTube, you will get the audio and you will get the PowerPoint slides, but you won't see the chat window or the video feed. And again, there'll be 2 recordings per day. It doesn't matter which one you watch. Okay. If you're using Blackboard Collaborate in this room or wherever you're using it, if you're watching this on YouTube later, the first time you use it on your computer, you need to run the audio wizard and of course mute your device if you're in this room. And if you have, if we hear you, that's fine. Just mute it when you can. I have a lot of screenshots today. That's why it's taking longer than normal to load. Usually it goes zips through pretty quickly. Yeah. Okay, PowerPoint's display on the screen in that big white space. and you've already met Brian, but he'll be in the chat room, and so there he will be. So he is the one that's answering the chat room. Emoticons, you can clap. Yeah. Do you have to have a Mac in order to screenshot? I'm sorry, I'm reading that. Sorry, I'm in the chat room again. Okay, I'll let you deal with it. Okay, so the other thing that we can do, this is not for credit, but this is interesting in class. In class, I'm going to be walking around in a normal day. I'm going to be walking around asking you, we'll put up questions because you're going to watch the lectures online over the weekend. When you come into class, we're going to be working on problems. So I'll be walking around asking questions. In the meantime, online there'll be a poll and you can answer online. So let's try this. So anybody has a device, either a computer or a mobile device, you can vote for which is your favorite animal. There is a correct answer, so answer carefully. So what's your favorite animal? A cat, dog, rabbit, horse. If you're on a computer, I've circled on the screen where you would answer. Are you okay with this? Okay, so now it's set. So if you're on a mobile device, find where you can click in, and we're going to know, we'll take a vote, and I'm going to walk around and find out. So we'll pretend like this is a real question. Which answer? Cat. Cat.
All of them.
All of them. Okay, great. Dog. Dog. Rabbit. Okay. Horse. Dog. Okay. 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 So Brian, what do you have? Oh, any advice? Any idea how to answer on an iDevice? Yeah. Well, let me see here. At the bottom of your, if you're holding your device, your iDevice, so long way, there's a little thing at the bottom, right? Yeah. Click on the check mark on the far right side at the bottom. At least it's on mine, and it'll bring up A, B, C, or D. Okay. Okay. So now, in terms of what you have, Brian, what do you have online? 35. 35 for dogs. 13 for cats. 13 for cats.
1 rabbit.
1 rabbit. 5 horses. Okay, so those 13 people got the answer right. Okay, so that's an example. During class, we don't display the polls, but Brian's, and it's a way for us to take the, come on. It's a way for us to know what's going on online. So we'll put those in that you don't get credit per se for them, but it's a way to participate, and it gives us an idea of who's understanding and who's not understanding. Okay, collaborate hints. Firefox as your browser or Safari on a Mac. And by the way, I use Collaborate on Windows 8, Windows 8.1 I think. I use Collaborate on Macs, and I have also Collaborate on a Windows 7 computer. So it does work across platforms. I use it on my Android phone, and I use it on my iDevices as well. So it is across platforms. It works well on all of them. So for help with Collaborate, you can go to tiny.cc/collaborate-help. And mobile devices, again, we've covered those URLs. Those URLs, if you come to the 9:15 class, it's always class 001. The 11 o'clock is class 002. Okay, to view a recorded class, because this class, by the way, we're going to get into grade things in a minute. We have attendance quizzes that are due every weekend. And we do questions in class, and those questions in class will show up on the attendance quiz. So if you ever have to look one up, you can look up on the recording. So there's no reason you shouldn't get 100% on every attendance quiz. The recordings are in Blackboard. There's 1 or 2 recordings a day. Either one for that day will work. Or recordings on YouTube. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, all the stuff for class will show up on this YouTube channel. So Brian can put the URL in the window for YouTube channel. He'll get there. So we have 1 attendance quiz per week, and we typically have another. In a normal week, we have 1 attendance quiz. We'll talk about what's due this week. Did it change? Okay, let's do another one. So everyone that's online, if you could answer, do you want to change the poll type to 5 answer choices? Okay. So if you could answer, what's your major? And again, there's a correct answer on this one. Right? Okay. What's your major? Healthcare administration? Public relations? Rec management? Management? Same. Okay. Oh, yay! Yay! Okay. Management? Okay. 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 Accounting? Great. Finance? Okay. Okay. So Brian, what do you have online? How many A's? 5. Well, wait, I'm going to have to repeat that because the people online can't hear you.
Right.
Okay, so we have how many A's?
12.
12 accounting or finance majors. Yay. Okay. 5 managerial marketing or marketing, yeah. 18 management. 9 other business. And 23 not business, and that's what I was seeing as I was walking around. So a preponderance of not, it's typically in this class about half non-business majors. So if you have any questions about accounting as a major as we go forward in the semester, Brian is a master's in accounting student, and he's got a job waiting, and we'll talk about that on another day. I'm not letting you have the mic this semester. No, just no. Okay, textbook info. So now we're going to, let's see, before I start talking about, so I'm going to come back. Let me take questions. Does anybody have questions about Collaborate or the technology? I'm not talking about the book yet or My Accounting Lab or quizzes or anything like that. Anyone have questions about Collaborate or Blackboard or how this works? Any questions online? Well, online you probably know what's going on. Hello. Any questions for anyone? So you know that you can attend basically any way you want, but you have to be live somehow. Okay, so with no questions, you can always ask Brian in the window if you have questions. We're going to go forward now. So switching gears to the textbook. I have a textbook information document online. It deals with textbook information and My Accounting Lab. You are required to have My Accounting Lab. That's where our homework, our quizzes, our study plan, and the exam are in My Accounting Lab. It's a great tool. So you can buy the package in the bookstore. You can also buy it piecemeal. And the way that I have in the document, what I've shown you is one way. You buy My Accounting Lab, it's $55, and then you can buy a physical copy of the book that's delivered to you, and that's $55, but you have to do it as 2 steps. see that information document online. Do you want to type it in? That's okay. Yeah. The textbook, yeah. It's okay. That would be me doing it, yes. Okay. So, but do you see the textbook online, textbook information online? Brian's typing the URL in the window, and you can open that up, but it will tell you how to buy the book. It's actually a two-step process. We are using the 9th edition of Financial Accounting. We do need the 9th edition. It's been out for a while now, so you should be able to find it fairly cheap. The 8th edition doesn't really work, so we need My Accounting Lab and then a physical copy of the book or the ebook, whatever you're comfortable with, but I put those instructions online. Okay, and again, there is 17 days of free access. Every semester, I get people that after 2 weeks tell me they haven't done any homework yet because they were waiting to get their financial aid checks before they got My Accounting Lab. And every semester I say, but you had 17 days of free access. Do not miss the homework and the quizzes. This week will be a really easy way to get 100%, and that'll help build up your grade. You don't want this week to be the week that you drop, because this is the easy stuff. So there's 17 days of free access when you sign up. You just have to pay within 17 days. So don't let payment stop you from getting it. Screenshots were such a good idea at home. Yeah. Okay, the textbook and My Accounting Lab registration instructions are there, including the course ID. When you go to register for My Accounting Lab, it'll ask you for a course ID, and that is in that document. It changed, right? Okay. I'll keep going back to what I thought it was. Okay. What? Yeah, that's good. Okay. Important too, when you go to make an account in My Accounting Lab, make sure that you use your full name, your first name and your last name as it is in Flashline. You can register with, typically using your Kent State email address is good when you do the email, but it's up to you what email account you use. But when you register for My Accounting Lab, you can use any user ID you want. But the key is to only have one My Accounting Lab account. Do not create a second one or a third one, and let me tell you why. If you create a second one, let's say you do your homework this week and everything's good, and next week you go to sign on and you can't remember your password, so you just create a new account because it's 17 days free access, so you just create another one. At that point, you will not get credit for the second account. You will get the first account. And so I've had people in the past open up 3 accounts, and I am canvassing for them. If you open up a second account, I will deactivate one of the accounts, and you will not get credit. You cannot earn credit for work done in 2 different accounts. So create your one account. If you don't know your user ID, that's when you need to contact My Accounting Lab. There's a forgot password link. You can click there to get your password. But don't create a second account or a third account because you're not going to get credit for work done in that. I'm going to address this one. Okay, I have a question online. that I am going to go ahead and jump on. If I have an account from last semester, do I need to make a new one? You can keep the same My Accounting Lab account. You have to enroll in our course, which is different from last course. And in those instructions that I gave you for textbook, and My Accounting Lab registration, in those instructions are instructions on how to register for the class again if you already had it last semester and you don't have to pay for it again, but there's instructions there. When you go to buy the book, so getting back to My Accounting Lab now, you go to buy the book. You have to buy My Accounting Lab and assume you want to buy it online. You go into Course Home, click Purchase Options, and then it'll bring up the My Accounting Lab store. And the textbook is referred to as a print companion. I don't know why they refer to it that way, but yeah. Okay, should I purchase a textbook? Yes. Okay, simple answer. You need it. I don't care. It doesn't matter if you get it in ebook format or paper format, or a couple of you share the book together. Yes, you need it. This material in this class typically, think about in the room right now, I would guess probably 40% of you will get a D, an F, or drop the class. And what we see happen there is people don't keep up with the material, get overwhelmed. A lot of times people don't buy the book and don't do the required reading, and you're really floundering along and nothing makes sense. So you do need the textbook, and you do need to keep up with things as we go. Okay, course schedule. There at the back of the syllabus, the last few pages, are a syllabus calendar for course due dates. In general, not this week, but in general, there's one homework assignment due every Saturday and one class quiz or attendance quiz due each Saturday. Okay? So in general, you have a homework and a quiz due each Saturday. You generally have a video quiz due each Sunday. Okay, the quizzes that are due Sunday are over the videos you watched Sunday or before that cover the following week. Those due dates probably aren't going to change. In the last 15 years, I can't think of any time due dates changed. Okay, so the due dates are pretty rigid. The quizzes, by the way, are numbered sequentially. There's quiz 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this week we have quizzes 1 and 2 due Saturday and quiz 3 due Sunday. They're in My Accounting Lab and they're sequential. Okay, homework is on My Accounting Lab, due every week. So you can work on it until you earn the score you want. We dropped your one lowest homework at the end of the semester. There are no makeups on homework. So there's no makeups. Do your homework. You can do your homework early. The homework is available right now. So you could work on the homework, work ahead on it, do whatever you want. But it is due Saturday. If you wait, let's do a scenario here. Know that it's due Saturday night at 11. If you have computer trouble at 10 o'clock on Saturday night and say, well, my power's out or my computer doesn't work, then that's the one you drop. So you want to make sure you do these plenty of time. I mean, if you wait until right before the deadline, you take a risk that you won't get help. You won't be able to get help if you need it, or something will happen. It just seems to be Murphy's Law. So homework is due. It's carved in stone. It's due Saturday night. I would try to make a habit of doing it before then. This week's homework we are going to be covering Thursday this week in class. So you can do the homework even now if you wanted to start it. But it's due Saturday. Wait. If you need help with how to register for, again, you don't need to email me. You need to see the textbook and My Accounting Lab registration document. Okay. This is a screenshot of My Accounting Lab. It shows you the upcoming the upcoming assignments, and keep in mind those assignments are the ones that are available right now. This screenshot is irrelevant as of today. I did the screenshot a week ago, but it'll tell you what's upcoming. It will only, however, show 3 things. There could be 4 things due in the next week. It only shows 3. Also, attendance quizzes. This is important. Attendance quizzes, and I think I have a slide on this coming up. Attendance quizzes cannot be completed until we're done with class for the week. So attendance quizzes do not appear on My Accounting Lab until Thursday afternoon, around 5 o'clock at the latest, because I actually write the attendance quiz Thursday after class, so you will not see an attendance quiz. So this week you're not going to see the attendance quiz until Thursday, because you can't take an attendance quiz if we haven't had class yet. Okay? There is a course intro quiz available. I'm going to get to quizzes in just a minute, so hold off on the quizzes. Okay, there is a course intro quiz that's due this week. It's quiz 1, and there's also an attendance quiz that's due this week. Course intro quiz is over a lot of what we're talking about today and the syllabus, and then the attendance quiz is primarily over what we'll do on Thursday. This week's unusual in that we have 2 quizzes, because I wanted one quiz focused on the syllabus and the course introduction, and then we have the standard attendance quiz. So we have course, and you do not see attendance quiz 2 up here yet. You will not see it until Thursday afternoon. Attendance quiz will never become available until Thursday afternoon, because we will not have finished class by then. Did it change? Okay. Okay, in My Accounting Lab, we're still on homework. You would click on assignments, and then you can do homework or take a test. If you ever lose power or lose your internet connection during My Accounting Lab doing an assignment, either homework or a quiz, you just restart. Sometimes you need to restart your browser or your computer, but you can go back into it and you'll be where you were. You don't use up a quiz attempt until you actually submit it. So if you're in the middle of a quiz and you lose your connection for whatever reason, you can log back in and you'll be able to go back into that quiz. Okay, when you click on Do Homework, I'm waiting for the screen to change here. When you click on Do Homework, you'll see a list of the assignments. Typically, they're sequential. So this week we have Chapter 1, Part 1 homework due. That's available right now. So if you go into it, you can always start it, go back into it. You don't have to complete it in one sitting. It will be due Saturday night. Okay, so this is a homework problem, and I wanted to show you some things on the side here. On the side button, there's a Help Me Solve This button. On every homework problem that's computational, there'll be a Help Me Solve This button, and this is one of the best reasons to use My Accounting Lab. So many times you'll look at a homework problem and you'll say, I don't even know where to start. We do them in class, and I can make them look really easy in class, but then a day or two later when you go to do it, you can't remember. Click on the Help Me Solve This, and what that does is it brings up a similar problem, virtually the same, different numbers, and then it will walk you through step by step how to do it. You can toggle back and forth, and in your homework you will do a little chunk and it will click on Check Answer. It'll tell you if it's right or not. You have 3 attempts in general, 2 or 3 attempts to get it right. If you don't get it right in that 2 or 3 attempts, it'll fill in the right numbers for you and let you go on. So you don't get stuck in this endless loop of that's not the right answer, that's not the right answer. It'll give you the answer, then you can move forward. When you do your homework, so if you don't get the right answer, it'll grade you down, okay, and then you go and finish the assignment. When you're done with the assignment, you have the option to do it over. Once you complete the whole homework problem, if you don't have 100%, there'll be a button down at the bottom that says Try Again or Similar Problem. You click that, you can do the homework over. There should be 0 reason why you don't get 100% on the homework in this class. This class, the exams are challenging for most people. That said, know that on the exams, on any given exam out of 500 people, I will have 5 to 10 people get 100% or very, very close to it. So it's very possible to do well, but 15% of your grade in this class, I believe, is your homework. Homework is a way that you can earn 100%. If you don't get it the first time through, use the Help Me Solve This, work on it, do the problem again. There is nothing to prevent you from getting 100% on the homework. If you don't get 100% on the homework, you are going to have a hard time with the test. The tests are also in my accounting lab. The tests will include homework problems and quiz problems. So whatever you see on the homework and the quizzes, if you can't do it on there, you're going to see it on the test most likely, and then it'll be bigger stakes. So do get help. Do get 100% on the homework. We do almost every homework problem in class. Also, keep in mind that class is recorded. So if you need to, you can open up the class recording as you're doing the homework. There's nothing to stop that, and we go step by step. So you should get 100% on the homework. I really worry if someone has 95% or lower on the homework, because that is not a good sign. You really do need to get 100%. It's very doable. You have multiple attempts. Okay, when you're doing your homework, let's say you get an answer wrong and it says you're incorrect like the last screen. Where I have circled on the screen, there's a little red arrow in the corner of the cell. That red arrow tells you that you got that wrong. It also, what my accounting lab does, is it puts in the right answer. And the reason it puts in the right answer is, first of all, to let you know what the right answer is. But secondly, if you need to use that number in a later part of the homework, you have the right number to use. If you want to see what you answered, you can mouse over it in a little pop-up bubble. It'll show what you answered, but that was incorrect. So my accounting lab is putting in the correct answers there. You know you got it wrong if there's a little red triangle in the corner. Okay, let's say you're doing a homework problem. So homework problem, you've got all these aids on the right-hand side. You've got Help Me Solve This, which is your best tool to use. You've got a demos docs example on some things, and those are like little videos how to do it. You might have a video. Textbook pages will show you the exact page that this concept is on. It'll only show you that page. It's not a way to get to the whole book unless, of course, you buy the whole book and then you have the ebook. But there's another button called Ask My Instructor, and this is if you get really stuck. This will send me, in an email, it'll send me your name, your email address if you've registered in my accounting lab, and it'll give me a link to your exact homework problem. Everybody's homework problem has different numbers. Everybody's homework is in a different order. So this way you don't have to describe which one you're asking questions about. If you have questions about a homework problem, I do ask that you use the Ask My Instructor button. Okay. Okay, when I said, remember, you can do your homework problem as many times as you want. Once you've completed it, you can click at the bottom, similar exercise, and that'll bring up a similar exercise. Your score will be the highest of your 2 attempts. Okay. And this is just to reiterate, that little red box in the corner says you got that one wrong. The correct answer is displaying. And if you click similar exercise at the bottom, you can try it again. Your highest score counts. You can edit your homework all until the due date. After the due date, you can practice it, but it won't count. In my accounting lab, you can also see your overall score at any given time. Like, repeat after me. It's okay. Okay. At any given time, you can click on Results, and it will show you all the results to date. And you can click and you can review there. There'll be a link for review next to each one of those. So that'll give you all your assignments to date. Also, on that same screen, there's Show Overall Score. And that Show Overall Score will bring up your weighted average in the class to date, And this is weighted according to the syllabus, so it will tell you what you've earned to date. Okay. Did it change? Okay. Okay. Okay, so you click Show Overall Score. It'll show you a weighted average score. This weighted average score only includes what you've done to date. So right now, if you go do your homework and you get 100% on it, your score in the class will show as 100%. But when you click on Show Overall Score, it'll show you overall score. That is your score in this class at that moment in time. And it'll give you your average for homework, for quizzes, and tests. We dropped your 1 lowest homework and your 3 lowest quizzes in here. Those drops are not reflected in here. So know that your real score is likely to be a little bit higher than what it shows here. We don't do those drops until finals week. Okay, but you have the weighted average score, so you always know where you stand in this class. Okay, and next we're transitioning over to quizzes. There are approximately 2 quizzes per week. This first week is an odd week, so this is not a general week. But this first week we have an attendance quiz that will be available starting Thursday afternoon. We have a course intro quiz just really to get going, and we have a video quiz. Now the quizzes, the attendance quiz and the course intro quiz are due Saturday. They're over the prior week. And the video quiz is always due Sunday night. You can do your video quizzes ahead of time, so you don't have to do homework Sunday night. You don't have to do homework Saturday as well. We will be dropping your lowest 3 quizzes at the end of the semester. Now you can drop any 3 quizzes you want. You could drop 1 pop quiz and 2 attendance quizzes. You could drop 3 video quizzes. Whatever combination, every quiz is worth exactly the same amount. They're all weighted exactly the same. You get 2 attempts per quiz in My Accounting Lab. So the video quizzes and the attendance quizzes, you have 2 attempts. Your highest score on each attempt on each quiz is your grade. Both attempts will show in My Accounting Lab, but only the highest one shows in your grade calculation. All assignments for this class, every assignment for this class is in My Accounting Lab. Okay, so every single quiz is in there. The videos and the content for the course, that's on Blackboard, but the quizzes and the homework and the tests are in My Accounting Lab. There are no makeups. You drop your 3 lowest, so use those wisely. I would save them up till the end. Okay, so we have attendance quizzes. These attendance quizzes become available by 5 p.m. on Thursdays. So this week you'll see Course Intro Quiz 1 is there, it's ready. Video Quiz 3 is there, it's due Sunday. Attendance Quiz 2 is not going to appear until Thursday. So you're going to see a 1 and a 3 early this week, and then Thursday you'll see that 2 pop in there. We can't do an attendance quiz until you've actually attended, so that's why. They're due Saturdays at 11. Attendance quizzes are designed to be done in about 5 or 10 minutes if you've been in class. Okay, so attendance quizzes are another thing that there should be absolutely zero reason for not getting 100%. Let me tell you why. Attendance quizzes are stuff that we cover directly in class. They're questions we put up, questions I put up. We went over the right answer, so we'll have the question up there. We will have the correct answer display. So you've got a couple choices here. You can write really fast. Typically you're not going to have time to write every question down. You can jot some notes. This is where I say a mobile device comes in handy because you can do a screenshot of if you're sitting here in person. But if you're on a computer, you can do the same thing. You can grab a screenshot of the quiz questions. So you've got the ability, we're doing the questions in class. So there should be no reason not to get 100%. If you mess one up, remember you have a second attempt, and it'll be different questions at second attempt, but you should always get 100% on attendance quizzes. Another thing that you can do for attendance quizzes is there is nothing to prevent you from opening up the attendance quiz and then opening up the recording of class. Okay, you'll have recordings from class for Tuesdays and Thursdays. Those are both on the attendance quiz, but you can go through the recording and don't again, you're going to hear from me if you don't get 100% on your attendance quizzes, because those are the easiest points in this class. Think about it. I just told you your homework you should get 100% on. Your quizzes, the attendance quizzes, you should get 100% on, and those are about half your quizzes. Pop quizzes you should get 100% on. Video quizzes you should get very close to 100%. So that's 15% of your grade is homework. 25% are quizzes. Right there, there's 40% of your grade is homework and quizzes that you should be averaging close to 100% on, and that's designed to help your grade out. I would tell you that most people who get one of the D's or the F's, I would say virtually everyone who gets an F, doesn't have a close to 100% on those. Just because you have 100% on your quiz and your homework doesn't mean you're going to get an A in the class, but you need to get close to 100% to pass the class, because that's designed to help boost your grade. Okay, so we have attendance quizzes. Those become available on Thursday. I think it's there now. I think the course intro quiz starts this afternoon. Okay, if it's not up now. I didn't want to start the quizzes until class actually started this week. Okay, so video quizzes are in My Accounting Lab. Video lectures are available on Blackboard. View the video lectures before attempting the quiz. Take notes during the video lectures. Those are due Sundays at 11 p.m. Again, you can complete them early. These video quizzes, they generally cover what's in the video, but you may also need to look some questions up in the book, and know that as far as I'm concerned, anything is fair game in those video quizzes, so I could throw out a question that relates to earlier in the class. You have your books, your notes, everything available on those. They're not too bad. You should be able to average over 90% on those on an ongoing basis. Okay, the video lectures for the video quizzes are available on Blackboard. Where you find those on Blackboard is in the left-hand side. They're called Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3. I've split those up by the exam. So the videos for Unit 1, you will click on Unit 1. That's chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then when you click on that, the next screen you see is going to show you down below, they'll be grouped by chapters. Now there's a lot of links there. It's because they're on YouTube and I've done short videos. So there's a lot of them, but there's little ones. Most of the time on the video quizzes, most of the time I give you the learning objective that it's mainly covered. So most of the time you'll know which video it refers to. But do watch those and then do the quiz. Okay. We're not going to do this question. How many homeworks are dropped at the end of the term? I'm just going to fill in here. Homeworks dropped at the end of the term. I'll ask you. How many?
2.
1. You said 1, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we said 1. So there is 1 homework dropped at the end of the term. That will happen during finals week. Okay? So this is an example. Normally we'll take a poll. I just don't want to do that right now. And you'll see the answer. You see the question. You'll see the answer. So this question could show up on your attendance quiz for this week. It could show up as well on the course intro quiz. And then I think I have one more here in terms of quizzes. How many quizzes? 3. Yes, it is 3 quizzes dropped at the end of the semester. Okay? And so we have quizzes. We have roughly 30-some quizzes, and those quizzes show up in My Accounting Lab. Okay, now 3 exams in this class. Okay, all exams are proctored, every exam. Now this is careful. I want to really emphasize this. This is where the sections differ. There are 4 sections in this class, meaning in this class and in the other class and online. So there's 4 sections. Section 1 and 2 are the ones that are registered face-to-face section. You will take your exam in the College of Business Computer Lab I will release this information closer to time, but this is a decision you need to make this week. You cannot change your mind later. So this week, if you want to change sections, you have to make that happen this week. So sections 1 and 2, you take your exam in the College of Business Computer Lab. They have hours roughly 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Our exams will go Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. to Thursday night at 9 p.m. You may have to wait in line, but you take your exams in the computer lab. Okay, sections 5 and 6. So if you're registered for the online section, the only difference between these classes is where you take your exam. If you're in the online section, section 5 or 6, you will take your exam online using ProctorU. This we used last semester. Everyone in the online section takes their exam on ProctorU. This is how I would take the class if it were me. If you take your exam using using ProctorU, you use your own computer. And you have that time from 9 a.m. Tuesday morning to 9 p.m. Thursday night. Actually, you have to finish around 8 if you're taking it online, but you just don't want to wait till the last minute. But you will have any time within that time frame to take your exam, and ProctorU is a proctoring service that you initiate a session with them, and they pop on your screen. And this is, on one hand, you could say, that's a little creepy, but on the other hand, it's really nice. There's a person in your screen. And I've had people before just minimize the window so they don't see the person, but you have a webcam and they can see you and you can talk to them. So this is better than having technology you wrestle with. An exam is stressful anyway. And it's really nice to know that your proctor is a real person and you can talk to them, and the proctor is online with you while you take your exam, and then when you're done, you say bye and you're done with the proctor. So if you're online, you will need a computer with a webcam. You will need high-speed internet. I have ProctorU information, some basic information on Blackboard. This is really nice because it allows you to take the exam anywhere you are. So we do have some students that are taking this class from a different state, and they'll use ProctorU, but even if you're here on campus, you can take your exam in the comfort of your own dorm room, and it does work very well, and they've been very accommodating with students, and it's worked well. I had 150 students last semester use ProctorU for all 3 exams, and it worked well. So, but this is the decision you need to make this week. If you're in sections 1 or 2, you'll take your exam in the computer lab. You'll be subject to the lines. So I will be harping about lines and not waiting until the last minute. If you're in sections 5 or 6, you have a lot more flexibility and you can schedule your exam when you wish. Okay. Brian, is the slide that's up questions for the instructor? Okay. We'll come back to this one on Thursday. Okay. Okay. So when you email me, you have a question? Okay. When you email me, this will be up eventually. When you email me, I will answer within 24 hours if it's Monday through Friday. If it's about a homework problem, please use the Ask My Instructor button in my accounting lab. That's for all homework questions. When you email me otherwise, I'll answer you within 24 hours. I generally answer emails about twice a day, so I'll batch process it in twice a day. If you email me over the weekend, you will get an auto response that gives you links for how you get help with My Accounting Lab, how you get help with Collaborate, or whatever that week what we're working on. And I will answer your email on Monday morning. What that means is don't wait, especially this week. Do not wait till Saturday night at 10 p.m. to register for My Accounting Lab. And then when it doesn't work, you can't get help, make sure you do it early. But if you do email me after Friday, know that I'll answer your email on Monday morning. But you'll get an auto response that gives you some resources for assistance. Okay, so a question. Is the only difference between sections 1 and 2 and sections 5 and 6 the location of the exams? What do you think? Yes, he said yes. I'm going with that. And that is true. Okay? You need to make the decision this week how you want to take the exams. I've got ProctorU information up on Blackboard, and you can try it, but you have to be in sections 1 or 2 for the computer lab, sections 5 or 6 for the ProctorU. And what's really nice about ProctorU, weather's bad, you don't feel well or whatever, you take it at your own place. Okay. Tutoring is offered for this class through the Academic Success Center. I put this link up on Blackboard so you can get to tutoring through Blackboard. Okay, if you're registered with the Student Accessibility Office, contact me privately for whatever accommodations you need. Are we on the PowerPoint slide now? Okay. Okay, so for this class, there are no PowerPoint slides available. Okay, when you come to class, it's much better to actively participate in class. I don't want, for whatever reason, we don't have PowerPoints for the slides. The lecture per se are the videos. So in class we're doing things. We're working on questions. You have the ability to see the class later, to look up anything you would have missed. You can do screenshots later. You can do screenshots at the same time. We don't have lectures in class except for occasional days. This Thursday we will have a little bit of lecture just because you haven't watched any video lectures. We will also be using your textbook in class. We'll be doing homework problems. I will put up a screenshot of the homework problem, but you are not going to have time to write down the whole homework problem. That's why the textbook is very, very useful in class. Okay, so are there assignments due in My County Lab this Saturday? Ask you. She would say yes, and you would be correct. By the way, on Blackboard, on that home screen, if you use Gmail Calendar or iCalendar, any of those, I have a file up there, and if you double click it and download it, it will populate your calendar with all the due dates for the class. So that's on the home page of Blackboard. But there are assignments due this Saturday in My County Lab. Okay, so Saturday there is meeting. Is it changed? Okay, so there's 3 items due Saturday, and this is all very quick. This will be your easiest week. Chapter 1, Part 1 homework, we're doing that homework on Thursday. It'll go very, very quickly. You're welcome to do it now if you wish. We have Quiz 1, which I believe is Course Intro, Quiz 1. There's only one Quiz 1. Okay, and then there's Attendance Quiz 2, but it's Quiz, I don't know if I called it Attendance Quiz 2 or Quiz 2, but there's only one Quiz 2. So you've got Chapter 1, Part 1 homework, Quiz 1, Quiz 2. On Sunday, you do not have 3 items due. You have 1 item due Sunday, and that's Video Quiz 3. Okay, and the videos are on Blackboard. Okay. 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 So now questions. We have a little bit of time. People have questions? Yes. Are the textbook and My County Lab 55 separately? Yes, it's a 2-step process. You have to get My County Lab and then the textbook. It's 2 different ones. Yes. Can you do the quizzes before Sunday? Yes, anytime. Yeah, yeah. The attendance, can you hold on until people are done asking questions? Anytime. The attendance quiz becomes available Thursday afternoon, but you can do them anytime then. Okay? The bookstore sells the package, which is the book plus the access code in it. No, the bookstore does not sell, but you can buy just the access code online. Okay, other questions? No questions? I was getting tons of emails. Oh, good.
So in order to get to my accounting lab, you have to go through.
To get to My Accounting Lab, you have to go through Blackboard. The link's on there. You can bookmark it. You don't have to go through Blackboard in the future. Once you get the links the first time, it's actually PearsonMyLab.com will get you there. Okay? Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Okay. Anyone else in person have questions? The file is on the home page of Blackboard, and if it's not, I'll make sure it's there between classes. But there is an ICAL file. There's a file on Blackboard on the home page. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, do we need to watch the online lecture? I'm glad you asked that question. You need to watch the video lectures by Sunday night because they cover the next week of class. So actually this week's weird. The ones that are due this Sunday cover Thursday and next week, but we'll take care of it in class on Thursday. So you don't have to watch anything for this Thursday. But when you have those video lectures, they're always covering the next week. And the things that are due on Saturday are the week before that. Okay? Okay. Anyone else? Do you have anything online for me? Yes. Okay, the question is the online lecture any different? They are completely different. There is no lecture in class. The online lecture is the traditional lecture about here's the topics, here's what this all means. When you come to class, we do not have lecture other than Thursday just because we're just starting. But I do not lecture in class. Lecture is boring. We all go at such different paces, different speeds. So the lectures for the class are online, and those are the video lectures. When you come to class, what we're doing is we're doing homework and we're doing questions. So there'll be questions up on the screen. We'll be working out problems. I'll be showing you how to do the homework. But what we're doing in class is doing things. It's not a lecture. So they are, I would say, completely different, but they cover the same topics. It's just the video lectures are traditional lecture where you're taking notes. When you come to class, we're doing things. Okay, other question. Any other ones? Good question. Does go through Blackboard, the Collaborate window? Yeah, you just go into Blackboard and click on Collaborate. It doesn't work any different. Okay, anyone else? Okay, well I will see you all on Thursday. Can you stop recording, please?